sleeping in the room above the bar. 3 weeks now I'm sleeping in the room above the bar. Big Sam's teaching me the tricks that made him who we are. He showed me how to bend a note till it near about cries. He showed me how to bend a note till it near about cries. That's the sound of a woman leaving, Big Sam testified. Down at the copper kettle, where the whiskey's cheap and warm. Down at the copper kettle, where the eye of someone's storm. Every broken heart in Clarksville comes to hear us play till dawn. The crowd got bigger every Friday, word got round the town. The crowd got bigger every Friday, word got round the town. That cold boy's got a fire is what I heard get passed around. Down at the copper kettle, where the whiskey's cheap and warm. Down at the copper kettle, where the eye of someone's storm. Every broken heart in Clarksville comes to hear us play till dawn. Caught my stare one night. A woman with green eyes and a red dress caught my stare one night. Big Sam elbowed me and laughed, said, "Boy, you ain't near all right." I looked away and hit the strings, tried to keep my mind in line. I looked away and hit the strings, tried to keep my mind in line. But that whiskey glass in front of me kept calling out one more time. Down at the copper kettle, where the whiskey's cheap and warm. Down at the copper kettle, where the eye of someone's storm. Every broken heart in Clarksville comes to hear us play till dawn. The older man named Otis pulled me over after last call. The older man named Otis pulled me over after last call. Said, "Cole, I'll pay you regular if you play here through the fall." Big Sam found me out back counting my first real payday. More money than I made picking cotton in a month. He didn't say congratulations, he just looked at me hard and said, "Careful now, Jesse, this town's sweet on you tonight." But sweetness turns quick when the crowd wants more than you got to give. I seen good men chase that applause till they forgot why they picked up the guitar in the first place. I laughed it off, then told him I could handle a little shine. Lord, I wish I'd listened closer to that old man that night. Big Sam kept teaching, kept me humble, kept me honest to the bone. Big Sam kept teaching, kept me humble, kept me honest to the bone. But that green-eyed woman kept on smiling from her corner all alone. Down at the copper kettle, I ain't just passing through no more. Down at the copper kettle, they're calling out for an encore. Got 6 strings and a steady wage and a green-eyed girl I can't ignore. Copper kettle, sleeping in the same old room. I stayed 3 days at the copper kettle, sleeping in the same old room. Waking up to Otis sweeping and the smell of morning coming through. Big Sam and I sat every evening talking Lopez closing time. Big Sam and I sat every evening talking Lopez closing time. He never once said, I told you so, just help me sort the truth from the shine. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now, everywhere I go. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. He just smiled and shook his head, said, son, that ain't what this is about. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now, everywhere I go. Here to hide, he said, you came back here to see. You didn't come back here to hide, he said, you came back here to see what kind of man you want to be now that the choice is finally free. I thought about Delilah's midnight train still rolling somewhere out there. I thought about Delilah's midnight train still rolling somewhere out there. Thought about every road I'd walked since, every burden I used to bear. For the first time since that night she left, I didn't feel the ache the same. For the first time since that night she left, I didn't feel the ache the same. It had turned to something quieter, more like a well-worn, honest name. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now, everywhere I go. Big Sam pulled out an old worn map, spread it across the bar. Big Sam pulled out an old worn map, spread it across the bar. Said there's towns out there I ain't never heard a note from your guitar. You can stay here safe with me and Otis, play it easy, play it slow. You can stay here safe with me and Otis, play it easy, play it slow. Or you could go find out what kind of music comes from a man who chooses where he'll go. I sat with that map a long while, tracing roads I'd never walked, towns with names I couldn't pronounce, rivers I'd only heard about in songs. And I realized something Big Sam had been trying to teach me since the very first night he found me singing on that street corner. The music was never about ending up anywhere, it was about the walking itself. The towns, the strangers, the barrooms and the porches, the heartbreak turned to sound. Delilah's leaving put me on this road, Rosalie, and Ray tried to build me a cage along the way. But the road was always mine, every mile of it, whether I could see that or not. I folded that map and looked at Big Sam. I ain't running this time, I told him. I'm choosing. He nodded slow, poured us both one more drink, and said, that's the only kind of leaving that ever amounts to anything, son. stranger. Big Sam said, your voice a little rough and low. Don't be a stranger. Big Sam said, voice a little rough and low. This town will still be standing whenever you got somewhere to go. I hugged him tight, an old man's arms, still steadier than my own. I hugged him tight, an old man's arms, still steadier than my own. Thanked him for every lesson, every warning he had shown. Of town where the highway stretched out wide. I walked out past the edge of town where the highway stretched out wide. No contract, no green-eyed woman, just the open road and my own stride. This is where the story bends, and I'm choosing where it goes. This is where the story bends, and only I get to say how it flows. I flow, got 6 strings on my shoulder and a road only I chose. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. Waking up to Otis sweeping and the smell of the morning coming through. Big Sam and I sat every talking low past closing time. Big Sam and I sat every evening talking low past closing time. He never once said, I told you so, just help me sort the truth from the shine. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now. Everywhere I go, I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back. I sat down with a lawyer friend of a friend one rainy afternoon. I sat down with a lawyer friend of a friend one rainy afternoon. Handed him that contract I'd been carrying like a tune. He read it slow, adjusted his glasses, didn't say a word for a while. He read it slow, adjusted his glasses, didn't say a word for a while. Then looked at me and said, son, I gotta ask you something, with a troubled kind of smile. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, small enough to miss. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, small enough to miss. Says my name's the only thing that's mine in all of this. He said Ray Kingston owns the masters, owns the name you sing under too. He said Ray Kingston owns the masters, owns the name you sing under too. Every dollar that record's making, only a nickel's coming back to you. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, small enough to miss. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, small enough to miss. Says my name's the only thing that's mine in all of this. I sat there staring at that paper like it was a stranger's face. I sat there staring at that paper like it was a stranger's face. Thought about the nights I trusted him, every handshake, every embrace. I thought about the day he found me, coffee steaming in his hand. I thought about the day he found me, coffee steaming in his hand. Called himself the man who'd help me, never said he'd own the land. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, small enough to miss. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, small enough to miss. Says my name's the only thing that's mine in all of this. I went and found Rosalie, told her everything I'd learned. I went and found Rosalie, told her everything I'd learned. She just shrugged and said, that's business, Jesse, that's just how it's earned. Something in her voice that evening sounded rehearsed and cold. Something in her voice that evening sounded rehearsed and cold, like she'd known the truth all along and never once had told. I stood outside that lawyer's office a long while, rain coming down soft. And I thought about Big Sam's letter, about the warning he gave me. That night before I signed, read every line, trust the music, not the man. I hadn't listened, I was too busy chasing lights and applause to notice the hand reaching into my pocket while it shook mine. I thought about going back to Ray, demanding answers, tearing up that paper. But something colder settled in me instead, a kind of quiet. I realized I didn't know who I was without the crowd anymore. And Ray knew that better than I did. That's the real fine print, I reckon. The part of a man he sells before he ever touches the contract. I confronted Ray that evening, paper crumpled in my fist. I confronted Ray that evening, paper crumpled in my fist. He just smiled that easy smile, said, kid, you signed it, it exists. You want out, you're free to leave, he said, but you'll leave with empty hands. He said the name Jesse Cole, the songs you wrote, they're mine, understand. I stood there shaking, fist clenched tight, but the room had gone so still. He built a cage around my voice and dressed it up in gold until couldn't pay. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, and now I finally see. There's a fine print hiding in the paper, saying I ain't free. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, but Ray Kingston owns the rest of me. Wide and slow. I rode into Vicksburg with a Mississippi, wide and slow. Found a bar down by the levee where the lantern light hung low. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. Said, you play that thing for real, or you just wasting my time. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every street stage, tune my strings up nice and tight. I sat down on that little stage, tune my strings up nice and tight. The room went quiet, slow around me like they sensed I'd bring the light. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I played them songs about Delilah, songs about the midnight train. I played them songs about Delilah, songs about the midnight train. Songs about a cage of gold and every ounce of hard-earned pain. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. Said, boy, you singing my whole life, and I ain't never told a soul, but you just testified. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Ain't heard truth like that in this room since my late husband's final vows. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I played till near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. I played till near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. But every song felt lighter than the one that came before it, like shedding skin. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Man who plays like that deserves a roof, deserves a chance to plant a seed. I laid awake that night in Miss Odessa's back room, listening to the river, moving slow past the window. And I thought about something that old riverboat man said to me. You singing my whole life. That's when it hit me clear, clearer than it ever had in Memphis. With all them lights and all them numbers Ray kept counting. The music was never about making myself into somebody bigger. It was about giving folks a place to put down what they've been carrying along. Delilah's leaving, Rosalie's silence, Ray's fine print, all of it had just been teaching me how to carry other people's hurt inside a song. Gentle enough that they could finally set their own hurt down for a minute. I thought about Big Sam's words about the blues not coming from applause. I understood them fully now, laying in that quiet room by the river. The blues comes from being honest enough to let a stranger see you clear. Miss Odessa's little bar got full of words, spreading left and right. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding its way around. Sing it true. Sing it, Jesse. Miss Odessa said one evening, you ever think of yourself
said, well, don't be a stranger, Jesse. This river, don't forget. One night in Vicksburg turned to many, and I'm grateful for them all. One night in Vicksburg taught me something bigger than any concert hall. Yeah, the town's got its own story. Every stranger's got a pledge. I sat down on that little stage, playing every single night. I stayed in Vicksburg 2 more weeks, playing every single night. Miss Odessa's little bar got full of word, spreading left and right. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding its way around. The only one was a woman named Miss Odessa, shopping kind. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, shopping kind. Said, you play that thing for real, or you just wasting my time. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I stepped down on that little stage, tuned my strings up nice and tight. I sat down on that little stage.
We rode into Jackson just as the sun began to fall. We rolled into Jackson just as the sun began to fall. I jumped out for the truck, had even stopped, didn't wait for Willie's call. Junie was sitting right there on the porch like she already knew. Junie was sitting right there on the porch like she already knew the exact hour I'd come walking up that road straight back to you. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Ain't no crowd, ain't no bright lights, just a feeling I finally know. She didn't jump up running, didn't make a big old scene. She didn't jump up running, didn't make a big old scene. Just patted the step beside her, calm as a Sunday morning serene. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Ain't no crowd, ain't no bright lights, just a feeling I finally know. I sat down close beside her, guitar resting at my feet. I sat down close beside her, guitar resting at my feet. She looked at me a long moment and said, you look tired but complete. I told her about Birmingham, about turning down that steady pay. I told her about Birmingham, about turning down that steady pay. She just nodded slow and quiet like she'd know I'd choose this way. I wasn't gonna ask you to stay, she said, it wasn't my place to bend your road. I wasn't gonna ask you to stay, she said, it wasn't my place to bend your road. But I sure am glad you chose it, glad you carried home this load. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Ain't no crowd, ain't no bright lights, just a feeling I finally know. Loretta brought us out some tea, didn't linger, left us be. Loretta brought us out some tea, didn't linger, left us be. Willie hollered from the yard, don't wait too long now, cold to speak honestly. I laughed and looked over at Joni, feeling braver than before. I laughed and looked over at Joni, feeling braver than before. Took her hand there on the porch steps, didn't need to say much more. I told Junie everything that evening. Delilah's leaving, Rosalie's lies, Ray Kingston's fine print, every mile of road that led me finally to that exact porch step. She listened close, didn't flinch, didn't try to fix nothing or make it prettier than it was. When I finished, she just squeezed my hand and said, "Sounds like the road was teaching you something the whole time, Jesse. Sounds like maybe you needed to lose a few things before you knew what was worth keeping." I thought about my daddy's guitar, about Big Sam's warning, about every hard lesson wrapped up in 6 strings and a busted heart. And I thought, sitting there with Junie's hand in mine, that maybe this was what all that walking had been leading toward. Not fame, not money, not even redemption exactly. Just a porch, an honest woman, and a peace I hadn't known I was chasing. One across the sky. The stars came out slow above us, one by one across the sky. Judy hummed an old hymn soft and I hummed along, didn't know why. I asked her, would you mind if I stayed a while, not just passing through? I asked her, would you mind if I stayed a while, not just passing through? She smiled and said, Jesse Cole, I've been minding that since I first heard you sing true. Stay a while now. Stay a while now. Oh, we sat there talking long past midnight, the porch light burning low. We sat there talking long past midnight, the porch light burning low. For the first time in a long, long while, I wasn't making to go. Sitting on the porch steps, and for once I ain't in a hurry to leave. Sit on the porch steps, learning how to simply believe. Got 6 strings on my shoulders and a heart that finally can breathe. Memphis station spits them out into the morning crowd. Horns and voices tangled up like wires overhead. Jesse's never seen a city move this fast before. Every face a stranger, every street a thread unread. He follows the address scratched on Calloway's old car. Past a barber shop, a diner, a church bell ringing clean. 6 strings on his shoulder like a cross he's learned to carry. Boots still caked with Delta dust, the only home he's seen. Beale Street opens up like a river full of sound. Trumpets bleeding out of doorways, pianos in the air. record office door is smaller than he pictured. A woman at the desk asks who he's come to see. He says a name like it's a password to another life. She points down a hallway, says Calloway's on 3. Up the stairs, his boots are loud on wooden steps. Heart beating faster than a train pulling from the yard. Whiskey glasses waiting on a shelf inside the office. But Jesse thinks of Big Sam's voice and holds his 6 strings hard. And the city hums around him like a chorus he ain't learned. Every corner holds a promise. Every promise has gotta be earned. 6th Street, walking Beale Street, sunlight on the stone. Whiskey glass still empty, but the city ain't my home yet. 6 strings, walking Beale Street, further than I've known. Chasing down a sound that I ain't found completely. Calloway's office smells like leather and cigar smoke. Photographs of singers Jesse's only heard on air. He sits down in a chair too soft for Delta boys and waits to hear if all this travel led him anywhere. Calloway comes in talking fast about a session. Says Thursday morning, boy, we'll cut your very first sound. Jesse's hands go cold and steady all at once together, like the moment right before the midnight train leaves town. Calloway slid a paper across the desk and said, "This is a contract, son, standard terms. We record 4 sides, we see how they do, and if the people like what they hear, well, we talk about more." Jesse looked at the words, but they might as well have been written in a language he'd never learned. He thought about his daddy's guitar passed down like scripture and wondered what his daddy would say about signing his name next to a stranger's promise. He thought about Delilah's train pulling away in the rain and Big Sam's harmonica warm in his coat pocket and every dollar he didn't have and every dream he did. Calloway said, "Take your time, but not too much of it. Memphis is full of boys who can play guitar. Ain't many who can play it like they mean it." Jesse picked up the pen, his hand wasn't shaking anymore. He signs his name the way his daddy taught him letters, slow and careful like each stroke could break or mend. Calloway shakes his hand and calls him Memphis material. Jesse walks back out not knowing where the road might bend. But I ain't drowning it just yet. 6 strings walking Beale Street, further than I planned. Midnight train delivered me to something I won't forget. Big Sam's voice still with me, Delilah's ghost behind. 6 strings walking Beale Street, stepping into my own time. Even falls on Memphis, neon starting to glow. Jesse stands on the corner where the boy still plays a song. He drops a coin, then keeps on walking toward Thursday. 6 strings on his shoulder, carrying him along. gas and race fine car. The bus rode slow through towns I used to pass and race fine car. Everything looks smaller now, though I hadn't traveled far. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. Felt something loosen in my chest, a weight I carried coming unwound. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the story been. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant. Before the lights, before the money, before the year I nearly spent. An old man sat beside me, asked if I was headed home. An old man sat beside me, asked if I was headed home. I told him I wasn't rightly sure, just knew I couldn't keep on this way, couldn't roam. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the story been. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant. Before the lights, before the money, before the year I nearly spent. Bus pulled into Clarksville just as evening colors bled. The bus pulled into Clarksville just as evening colors bled. Same dusty streets, same weathered signs, same feeling I once fled. I walked the last few blocks on foot, guitar heavy on my back. I walked the last few blocks on foot, guitar heavy on my back. Every step felt like unwinding time along a well-worn track. I saw the copper kettle sign still hanging crooked as before. I saw the copper kettle sign still hanging crooked as before. My hand was shaking just a little as I reached out for that door. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the story been. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant. Before the lights, before the money, before the year I nearly spent. The room smelled just the same, whiskey, sawdust, and cigar. The room smelled just the same, whiskey, sawdust, and cigar. And there behind the bar stood Otis, same as always, same as far. Otis looked up slow, did a double take, and near about dropped the glass. Otis looked up slow, did a double take, and near about dropped the glass. Jesse Cole, he said, half laughing, didn't think I'd see that face. Otis told me Big Sam still played most Fridays, still had that same corner table, still ordered the same drink he never finished, said he'd ask about me sometimes, wondering out loud if the Memphis lights had swallowed me whole. I asked if he was around tonight. Otis just smiled and nodded toward the back room, where I could hear a fiddle warming up, slow and familiar, like a voice. I hadn't realized how much I'd missed till I heard it again. I stood in that doorway a long moment, guitar case heavy in my hand, heart pounding harder than it ever did walking on to any stage in Memphis. I thought about everything that happened since I last stood in that same spot. Delilah's midnight train, Rosalie's green eyes, Ray's fine print, the whole gilded cage of it. And here I was again, back at the start, except I wasn't the same boy who walked in the first time.
didn't seem the least bit grand. Just said, well, look what the midnight train done drove back in the night. Just said, well, look what the midnight train done drove back in the night. I laughed, first real laugh in months, and it felt exactly right. He waved me over to the table, said, sit down, tell me where you've been. He waved me over to the table, said, sit down, tell me where you've been. I set my guitar down easy and finally let the whole truth in. I told him about Rosalie, about Ray, about every mile of shine. I told him about Rosalie, about Ray, about every mile of shine. He just listened quiet, nodded slow, and poured me out some wine. I made it back to the kettle now, and Big Sam's still right here, still right here. I made it back to the kettle now, after a hard and costly year. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and an old friend who still holds me dear. An old man sat beside me, asked if I was headed home. The bus rolled slow through towns I used to pass in Ray's fine car. Everything looked small now, though I hadn't traveled far. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. Felt something loosen in my chest, a weight I carried, coming unwound. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the story bit. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant before the lights.
With papers in his hand, Ray came back the following week with papers in his hand. Said, sign right here, Jesse Cole, and I'll make you a household name across this land. He talked about a studio, a record with my name in bold. He talked about a studio, a record with my name in bold. Talked about money coming in faster than a river when it's cold. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Saying, Jesse, this could be the best decision of your time. Rosalie sat close beside me, whispering, go on and sign. Rosalie sat close beside me, whispering, go on and sign. Said, don't you want to give me nice things? Don't you want that life to shine? Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Saying, Jesse, this could be the best decision of your time. Sat quiet in the corner, fiddle resting on his knee. Big Sam sat quiet in the corner, fiddle resting on his knee. Didn't say a word that whole night, just kept staring straight at me. I asked him after closing time, Sam, why won't you speak your mind? I asked him after closing time, Sam, why won't you speak your mind? He said, you already made your choice, boy, I can see it
Big Sam poured himself a drink, the first I'd seen him take in weeks. And he told me about a boy he knew back in his younger days, a fiddle player twice as good as Sam ever claimed to be, who signed his name to a fella just like Ray, all smiles and gold rings. And 3 years later, that boy was washing dishes in a Memphis diner. His name nowhere on the record that made somebody else rich. I ain't telling you this to scare you, Jesse, Sam said. I'm telling you, 'cause somebody should have told me. Read every line, trust the music, not the man selling it. I nodded like I understood. Truth is, I already had that pen in my pocket, and Rosalie's green eyes were the only thing I could really see that night. Next morning, Ray was waiting outside with coffee and a grin. Next morning, Ray was waiting outside with coffee and a grin. Said, Memphis is calling, Jesse Cole, you ready to begin? I looked back once at the copper kettle, at the room above the bar. I looked back once at the copper kettle, at the room above the bar. Thought about Big Sam's tired eyes and how far I'd come. How far? How far? How far? I signed my name below the line, hand shaking just a bit. I signed my name below the line, hand shaking just a bit. Rosalie kissed my cheek and smiled, said, baby, this is it. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and now it's stuck in mine too. Stuck in mine. He's got Memphis on his mind, and Lord knows what he'll do. What'll he do? Got 6 strings and a signed paper, and a whole new life breaking through. Hardly understands. The label bought him a Cadillac, the color of the moon, a driver named Frank who knows every Nashville street. Jesse sits in back seats now instead of boxcars rattling, leather where there used to be a splintered wooden seat. Loretta rides beside him with her hand upon his knee, talks about the party at the mayor's house tonight. Jesse laughs along with her, though something feels like acting, like he's playing that role beneath the borrowed light. The party's full of faces that all know his name by now.
glass of real crystal. Nothing like the jars they poured it into back home. Jesse drinks it easy now, don't cough or wince or wonder. Just another glass among the many glasses he's known. A photographer asked Jesse, how's it feel to have it all? Jesse pauses just a moment, something flickers in his eyes. Then he flashes the practice smile the label taught him well. Says it feels like everything, but somewhere down he lies. And the diamonds catch the candlelight and the room don't ever sleep. And somewhere underneath the shine there's a promise he don't keep. 6 strings wrapped in diamonds, midnight train's gone quiet. Whiskey glass of crystal, I don't count them anymore. 6 strings wrapped in diamonds, drowning in the riot of a life I always wanted, till I got it, till it wore. Big Sam sends a letter that sits unopened for a week. Jesse means to read it, but the parties never stop. Ray shows up from Clarksdale, an old friend looking for a favor. Says he's down on luck and Jesse's rising to the top. Jesse gives him money, gives him work around the tour. Ray smiles wide and thanks him, says he won't forget the debt. Jesse feels a little warmth, a little piece of home returning, but something in Ray's smile he don't quite recognize just yet. That night after the party, after the cameras stopped flashing, Jesse sat alone in the back of the Cadillac, while Frank drove slow through empty Nashville streets. He finally opened Big Sam's letter under the dome light. It was short. It says, boy, I hear you're doing fine. I hear you're famous now, that's good. Just don't forget the sound that got you there. Fame's got a way of asking a man to trade his voice for something that sounds a whole lot like everybody else's. Come see me sometime, if you remember the way. Jesse folded the letter and put it in his coat pocket, right next to a folded contract worth more money than Big Sam had probably seen his whole life. He looked out the window at the Diamond City lights and felt, for just a moment, like a very rich, very empty man. Loretta's waiting at the hotel when he finally makes it back. Says you look 1,000 miles away tonight, my love. Jesse kisses her and smiles and says he's only tired, but his mind is on a letter and a hand-me-down glove. Party lawyer calls out, one more song, one more. Jesse's harmonica answers, tired going through the motions. Left her and retangled in the crystal air. 2 sounds performing what used to be a prayer. 6 strings wrapped in diamonds, midnight trains gone quiet. Whiskey glass of crystal, I don't count them anymore. 6 strings wrapped in diamonds, drowning in the riot. Big Sam's letter waiting, Delilah's long before. Daddy's guitar is buried under everything I bought. 6 strings wrapped in diamonds, I forgot what I once saw.
Nashville sleeps in diamonds, chandeliers turned down low. Jesse stands before the mirror in his tailored clothes. 6 strings wrapped in diamonds, gathering little dust, wondering where the Delta boy from Clarksdale really goes.
Her position men arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Jesse watches from the window as they hook up to the car. The moon-colored Cadillac that once made him feel like royalty rolls away behind a tow truck, disappearing near and far. Calloway's lawyers say the debts have finally caught the numbers, say the labels cutting losses, say the contracts are now in doubt. Jesse packs the things he still can call his own inside a suitcase. 6 strings and a photograph and not much else about. Frank the driver shakes his hand, says sorry Mr. Cole, says he's got another job now driving for a different star. Jesse thanks him for the kindness, for the years of empty small talk, watches one more piece of Nashville shrinking smaller, shrinking far. He checks out of the hotel with the manager watching careful, counting every towel, every ashtray, every little thing. Jesse used to tip in 20s, used to laugh at all their fussing. Now he counts his own thin wallet like a man who's counting string. Miss Hattie finds him in the lobby quiet, sets an envelope, says it's not much severance, but she wanted him to know. But some folks still remember kindness underneath the ruin. Jesse thanks her, doesn't cry, though his eyes are close to those. He walks out to the station where he'd walked in years before. Different suitcase, different man, though the tracks remain the same. Buys a one-way ticket south this time instead of north to Fortune. Whispers to himself the sound of his own given name. And the station clock keeps ticking, same as ever, cold and slow. And the midnight train arriving is the only friend Jesse knows. 6 strings and a suitcase, midnight train is calling. Whiskey glass left broken in a hotel far behind. 6 strings and a suitcase, everything is falling. But something feels like honesty for the first time in my mind. An old man on the platform strikes up conversation easy, says you look like someone I might have heard on the radio. Jesse almost laughs, says he used to be, don't know if I still am. The old man shrugs and says, well son, seems like a hard road. The train pulls in with steam and steel the way it always has. Jesse climbs aboard with nothing but his suitcase and his name. No driver, no assistant, no Loretta and no Ray now. Just a rattling window seat and the Delta calling him again. Somewhere around the Kentucky line, Jesse pressed his head against the glass, the same way he had 3 years before, riding the opposite direction, full of hope and a business card and the future he thought he understood. Now the future was behind him, or maybe it never existed. The way he'd pictured it
Maybe the whole shining Nashville dream had just been a longer, prettier version of a whiskey glass. Something a man drinks to feel bigger than he is, until one morning he wakes up and the bottle's empty, and so is he. Jesse thought about his daddy again, the way he always did when the world got too loud to think straight in. His daddy had never owned a Cadillac, never owned a diamond ring, never signed a contract he didn't read 3 times over first. And yet somehow, on that porch in Clarksdale, that man had seemed richer than anybody Jesse met in Nashville. Jesse didn't know yet if he could get back to that kind of rich, but for the first time in a long while, riding that rattling train through the dark, he wanted to try. The conductor calls the station, same as any other evening. Jesse watches farmland roll by darker than before. He thinks of Big Sam's juke joint, thinks of Clarksdale's dusty roads, thinks that maybe going backward is the only way to move forward anymore. Daddy's guitar is all I kept from everything I chased. 6 strings and a suitcase, I'm going back to face it. Dawn breaks slow across the fields, it's Mississippi nears. Jeff's eyes stay open, watching red clay come in view. 6 strings and his lap, but the suitcase by the noose to the only truth he knew. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Repossession and arrive at dawn outside.
Well, his wife was named Loretta, cooked like nobody else I'd known. Well, his wife was named Loretta, cooked like nobody else I'd known. Had a house outside of Jackson that felt more like home than my own. Every time we rode back through nothing back, just fed us till we couldn't eat no more. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. First real family table I sat at since I left my daddy's place. Their kids would climb up on my lap and ask about the road. Their kids would climb up on my lap and ask about the road. I'd tell them stories, some of them true, about every town I know. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. First real family table I sat at since I left my daddy's place. Loretta asked me one evening, stirring pots above the flame. Loretta asked me one evening, stirring pots above the flame, you ever think of settling, Jesse, finding a woman, finding your own name? I told her about Delilah, about Rosalie's green eyes and lies. I told her about Delilah, about Rosalie's green eyes and lies. She just shook her head and smiled, said, you ain't met the right one, that's no surprise. The right one don't need convincing, she said, and don't need chasing down. The right one don't need convincing, she said, and don't need chasing down. She'll just sit beside you quiet and somehow won't feel like a frown. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. First real family table I sat at since I left my daddy's place. I helped Willie fix the fence line on a Sunday we weren't playing. I helped Willie fix the fence line on a Sunday we weren't playing. Sweating simple labor, no crowd around us swaying. Marcus brought his little sister by name of Junie, quiet and kind. Marcus brought his little sister by name of Junie, quiet and kind. She didn't fall no flat or none, just sat and hummed along, easy in her mind. I noticed Junie the way you notice weather changing, slow and then all at once. She wasn't trying to catch my eye like Rosalie used to. Wasn't waiting on my next record or my next big show. She just sat on Willie's porch steps, humming along to whatever I played, sometimes correcting my chords with a laugh, saying, that ain't how the old hymns go, Jesse. Loretta caught me watching her one evening and just smiled, that knowing smile. Didn't say a word, just went back to stirring her pot like she'd already seen. The whole story before it even started, I thought about Big Sam's advice, about the blues coming from truth, and I wondered if maybe truth could sound like something gentler than heartbreak for once, like a porch and a hymn sung slightly wrong, and a woman who didn't need a single thing from me except my honest company. Telling the band I needed rest. I stayed an extra week in Jackson, telling the band I needed rest. Willie just grinned and winked at Marcus, said rest. Sure, that's what he calls it, I guess. Junie taught me her family's hymns, old songs passed down through the years. Junie taught me her family's hymns, old songs passed down through
taught her a little of the blues, and for once there weren't no fears. Hey! Let it grow. Loretta packed us food for the road when it finally came time to leave. Loretta packed us food for the road when it finally came time to leave. Julie stood on the porch and waved, and something in my chest began to grieve. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen that I carry down every road. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, lighter than any load. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a feeling I ain't fully known. Oh.
From a hotel room in a town I can't recall. I wrote to Junie from a hotel room in a town I can't recall. Told about the crowd that night, how the music filled the hall. She wrote me back in careful hand, telling about her days at home. She wrote me back in careful hand, telling about her days at home. Simple words about the garden, by the hymn she hummed alone. There's letters passing between towns now, folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. Willie teased me something fierce whenever Mail called up with us. Willie teased me something fierce whenever Mail called up with us. Said, Cole, you're reading that letter slower than the whole darn book. There's letters passing between towns now, folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. Marcus laughed along beside him, said, little sister's got him good. Marcus laughed along beside him, said, little sister's got him good. I just smiled and folded up the letter, kept it tucked beneath my hood. We played a run through Alabama, towns I'd never seen before. We played a run through Alabama, towns I'd never seen before. Every crowd a little bigger, words spreading out from door to door. But every night before I slept, I'd think of that porch and that hummed hymn. But every night before I slept, I'd think of that porch and that hummed hymn. Wondering if a road this long could still lead back again to her and him. There's letters passing between towns now, folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. A promoter in Birmingham offered a residency, steady pay each week. A promoter in Birmingham offered a residency, steady pay each week. I thought about staying put a while, thought about what my heart might seek. Willie said residency's good money, Jesse, but I know that look you got. Willie said residency's good money, Jesse, but I know that look you got. That's the look of a man who already knows where his
hearts tied in a knot. I sat on the edge of a hotel bed in Birmingham, that residency offer in my hand. Good money, steady work, everything a traveling man's supposed to want. After 2 years on the circuit, and all I could think about was Junie's handwriting, careful and plain, telling me about her garden, like it was the most important news in the world. Funny how a man can chase applause across 3 states and call it freedom, and then realize the thing he's really been chasing is a porch, a hummed hymn sung slightly wrong, and somebody who never once needed him to be anybody but exactly who he already was. I thought about Delilah's note on that kitchen table, watching you stay the same. Maybe this was different. Maybe wanting to go home to somebody wasn't staying the same at all. Maybe it was the whole point of everything the road had been teaching me. Started up the truck, didn't need to ask me why. We finished out the run through Alabama, every show still true and bright. We finished out the run through Alabama, every show still true and bright. But my mind was already back in Jackson, counting down the days and nights. On that porch, girl, I'm coming back to town. There's letters passing between towns, but soon I won't need to write. There's letters passing between towns, 'cause I'm coming home tonight. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and any bottle of wine. Told the promoter not this time. I turned down the residency, told the promoter not this time. Well, it just grinned and started up the truck, didn't need to ask me why. We finished out the run through Alabama, every show still true and bright. We finished out the run through Alabama, every show still true and bright. But my mind was already back in Jackson, counting down the days and nights. I wrote Junie one last letter before we turned the truck around. I wrote Junie one last letter before we turned the truck around. Told her save me a seat on that porch, girl, I'm coming back to town. There's letters passing between towns, now folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. Will it tease me something fierce whenever Mel comes up with us? Will it?
3 days on that track now, following the ghost of a train that already gone. My feet don't know nothing but forward no more. take your time. My whiskey bottle empty, rattling in my sack. My whiskey bottle empty, rattling in my sack. Belly crying louder than the ache up in my back. Oh, I'm standing at the crossroads, don't know which way is mine. Oh, I'm standing at the crossroads, don't know which way is mine. Left road says forget her, right road says take your time. I passed a farmer on a mule, he tipped his hat and stared. I passed a farmer on a mule, he tipped his hat and stared. Said, boy, you look like trouble that them city folks ain't scared. The sun was climbing higher, my shadow shrinking small. The sun was climbing higher, my shadow shrinking small. I heard a juke joint humming from behind a withered wall. Oh, I'm standing at the crossroads, don't know which way is mine. Oh, I'm standing at the crossroads, don't know which way is mine. Left road says forget her, right road says take your time. There's a sign that read Clarksville, paint all cracked and old. There's a sign that read Clarksville, paint all cracked and old. I ain't got a nickel, but I got a story to be told. Now my daddy used to say there's a place where two roads cross, and the devil don't care which way you walkin' long as you walkin' lost. I stood there at that fork with an empty bottle and a hungry gut, and I thought about turning back, finding that midnight train, dragging Delilah home by the wrist if I had to. But something in me, something stronger than the missing her, said, Jesse, that girl gave you a gift and didn't even know it. She gave you a reason to finally play that guitar like you mean it. So I picked a road, didn't matter much which one. I picked the one with music coming off it. And I started something new. Hey, Jesse! Play that thing! Oh, I'm standing at the crossroads, but now I know it's mine. I'm standing at the crossroads, leaving her behind. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, new kind of time. Crossroads, morning light, first coin drop in that guitar case. Yeah, that's the sound of starting over. That's the sound. That's the sound. beneath the amber sheen. 2 years now since he left the Delta ground. Boots worn thin from walking every crooked mile. Whiskey glass still catches every light that's swinging, but he sips it slower now, almost like a smile. Big Sam calls the changes with a lifted brow. Jesse follows blind, he's learned to trust the sound. Somewhere out that window, a train is running midnight, cutting through the dark like it's plowing sacred ground. And the room don't know it yet, but something's shifting in the air tonight. 6-string singing, midnight train don't wait. Whiskey glass is empty, but I ain't drowning in it now. 6-string singing, I'm still walking through the gate that my daddy left wide open, and I'm learning how. There's a man in the back wearing a city suit, coat too clean for a room this rough and low, watching Jesse's hands like he's counting money, writing something down he don't want the room to know. Song ends and the bar goes quiet for a beat. Big Sam nods to Jesse, says, "Boy, you got the gift." Man in the suit stands up and starts walking closer. Jesse's stomach turns, he feels the whole night shift. The man said his name was Mr. Calloway out of Memphis. Said he scouted talent for a label with real money behind it. Said, "Son, I've heard 100 guitar players come through towns like this, and most of them sound like they're copying somebody. You sound like you're telling the truth." He put a card on the table right next to the whiskey glass and said, "The midnight train up to Memphis leaves Thursday." Big Sam didn't say a word, he just looked at Jesse the way a man looks at a son who's about to leave the nest. Proud and a little bit afraid of what the world might do to him, Jesse picked up that card like it was made of glass. And for the first time since Delilah left, he didn't think about the past, he thought about tomorrow. Big Sam said, "The road already taught you plenty, but this next lesson, boy, I can't teach you at all." He handed Jesse an old harmonica, silver dented, said, "When it gets hard, remember why you play it all." Big Sam's heart calls low and rough. "You sure, boy, you sure?" Jesse's guitar answers high. "I gotta find out, I gotta find out." Back and forth across the smoky room, two voices talking without a single word about doubt. 6-string singing, midnight train don't wait. It's pulling out a station and my name is on the list. Whiskey glass sits empty on a table, I'm leaving. 6-string singing, this is a chance I can't resist. Big Sam's blessing riding in my pocket like a coin. 6-string singing, I was born for a night like this. The rain still falling on that tin roof, soft and slow. Big Sam watching taillights fade into the dark. Caught in Jesse's pocket, guitar strapped across his shoulder.
6 strings and a whistle. The midnight train's his mark.
We played a rowdy joint downtown, tougher crowd than we'd ever seen. 2 men started fighting near the stage over something mean. Willie stepped between them, trying to calm the whole thing down. Willie stepped between them, trying to calm the whole thing down. One of them swung wide and caught him, sent him spinning to the ground. Jail, cold balls in the concrete floor. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold balls in the concrete floor. Wasn't the crime I thought I'd answer for, but I'd do it all once more. I didn't think, just swung right back, defending my old friend. I didn't think, just swung right back, defending my old friend. The law showed up and grabbed us both before the night could end. Jail, cold bars in the concrete floor. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars in the concrete floor. Wasn't the crime I thought I'd answer for, but I'd do it all once more. Sat across the cell holding ice against his eye. Willie sat across the cell holding ice against his eye. Said, sorry Jesse, didn't mean to drag you into this here alibi. I told him, man, that's what a friend is for, don't you worry none. I told him, man, that's what a friend is for, don't you worry none. He laughed despite the bruise and said, well, this sure ain't how the night was supposed to run. In the corner cell started singing something low. And old drunk in the corner cell started singing something low. I recognized the tune the moment, one my own daddy used to know. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars in a concrete floor. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars in a concrete floor. Wasn't the crime I thought I'd answer for, but I'd do it all once more. With the bell shaking his head at us both. Marcus came by morning with the bell shaking his head at us both. Y'all's lucky Junie ain't the one who came. She'd have skinned you, that's an oath. We walked out squinting in the sunlight, sore but laughing just the same. We walked out squinting in the sunlight, sore but laughing just the same. Some nights teach you more about a brother than any well-earned fame. Sitting in that cell overnight, I had plenty of time to think. Staring at them concrete walls, listening to that old drunk sing. Something close enough to one of my daddy's songs that I nearly cried right there. I thought about how different this felt from any trouble I'd known in Memphis. Raised lawyers, raised fine print.
Ray's version of consequences dressed up in expensive suits. This was simple, a friend got hit, I stood up for him. And we both paid a night for it, plain and honest as a dead ought to be. I realized something sitting on that cold floor. I'd rather spend 100 nights in a cell standing up for somebody who mattered than one more night. Free in some Memphis hotel room, standing up for nothing at all. Well, he didn't need to thank me. The bruise on his own knuckle said plenty. Upset. Julie met us at the truck, arms crossed, trying hard to look upset. But I caught the corner of her smile before she let it set. Heroes, both of you, she said, shaking her head with a laugh. Heroes, both of you, she said, shaking her head with a laugh. I pulled her close and told her, well, somebody's gotta walk that path. Loretta shaking her head at us three. We told a story that night at supper, Loretta shaking her head at us three. But she still dished out extra plates, said, well, family's family. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, but I'd stand for Willie again. Spent a night in the Jackson jail and found out who's a real friend. A real about 6 strings on my shoulder and a brotherhood that won't bend.
tried to hide. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. Said, boy, you're singing my whole life, and I ain't never told a soul, but you just testified. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Ain't heard truth like that in this room since my late husband's final vows. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I played so near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. I played on near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. But every song felt lighter than the one that came before it, like shedding skin. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Man who plays like that deserves a roof, deserves a chance to plant a seed. I laid awake that night in Miss Odessa's back room, listening to the river, moving slow past the window, and I thought about something that old riverboat man said to me. You're singing my whole life. That's when it hit me clear, clearer than it ever had in Memphis. With all them lights and all them numbers, Ray kept counting. The music was never about making myself into somebody bigger. It was about giving folks a place to put down what they'd been carrying alone. Delilah's leaving, Rosalie's silence, Ray's fine print, all of it had just been teaching me how to carry other people's hurt inside a song. Gentle enough they could finally set their own hurt down for a minute. I thought about Big Sam's words about the blues not coming from applause. I understood them fully now, laying in that quiet room by the river. The blues comes from being honest enough to let a stranger see you clear. Odessa's little bar got full of words spreading left and right. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding its way around. Delilah, sing it true. Sing it true. Sing it Tracy. Miss Odessa said one evening, you ever think of settling down? I told her the road still called me soft, now less like a frown. Said this town's for the owner, need a song they ain't heard yet. She smiled and said, well, don't be a stranger, Jesse, this river don't forget. One night in Vicksburg turned a minute, and I'm grateful for them all. One night in Vicksburg taught me something bigger than any concert hall. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, and a river town I'll always recall.
never heard her, just to hear the delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding.
To a hall in Jackson Town, a marquee with a name spelled wrong, but spelled up bright and tall. Jesse stands out back and feels his stomach turn to water. Bigger than any juke joint, bigger than any hole. Backstage smells like sawdust and 100 cigarettes. A band he's never met is tuning up behind the door. These are your boys now, they'll back you on the tour. Jesse shakes their hands but wonders what Big Sam's playing for. The house lights dim and someone hollers out his name. Jesse walks the boards like walking on a frozen creek. His 6 strings feel heavier than they ever felt before, standing where 1,000 eyes are waiting him to speak. First chord rings out shaky, then it finds its feet. The crowd goes quiet like a congregation, bowing low. Jesse closes both his eyes and sees the delta fields again. Sees the porch, the dust, the only home he used to know. Second song, the crowd starts clapping to the driving beat. Some girl up front is dancing with her eyes shut tight. Jesse feels a fire climbing up along his spine, different from the fires that he's felt on smaller nights. Third song's the one about the whiskey in the train. The whole room sings the chorus like they've always known the words. Jesse's chest goes tight with something he can't quite explain, a feeling bigger than the biggest sound he's ever heard. And the stage lights burn like sunrise and the crowd feels like a flood. Something's rising up inside him, something moving through his blood. 6 strings on the big stage, midnight trains roar, whiskey glass forgotten in the thunder of the crowd. 6 strings on the big stage, I ain't a boy no more. First time in my whole life, I'm standing tall and loud. After the show, a line of faces waits behind the curtain. Girls with pens and paper, men with bottles in their hand. Someone hands him whiskey like it's water, like it's nothing. Jesse hesitates a moment, then he lets it warm his hand. Callaway's laughing loud, already talking bigger cities. Talking Nashville, talking Chicago, talking names Jesse don't know. Jesse drinks a little more than he was drinking back in Clarksdale. Tells himself it's just a night, just one more, we'll see how it goes. Later, in the quiet of the hotel room,
Jesse sat on the edge of a bed too soft for delta bones,
his 6 strings leaning in the corner like a patient friend,
and looked at his own reflection in the dark window glass.
He thought about the boy who used to sleep in barns,
Who used to play for coins and cornbread,
and wondered when exactly that boy had started disappearing.
the whiskey in his glass wasn't the same whiskey Big Sam poured.
It came in a different bottle from a different kind of man, handed to him by people who wanted something from his sound. He thought, just one drink don't change a man, just one big stage don't change a man.
But somewhere far off, quiet as a whisper, a small voice reminded him that rivers don't change all at once either. They just bend a little more and a little more, until one day you look up and you're somewhere.
You never
church at home, wondering if the boy from Clarksdale still deserves his name.
Shakes their hands but wonders what Big Sam's playing for. The house lights dim and someone hollers out his name. Jesse walks the boards like walking on a frozen creek. His six strings feel heavier than they ever felt before, standing where 1,000 eyes are waiting him to speak. Just shakes their hands but wonders what Big Sam's playing for. Oh, the house lights dim and someone hollers out his name. Jesse walks the boards like walking on a frozen creek. His six strings feel heavier than they ever felt before, standing where 1,000 eyes are waiting him to speak. The first chord rings out shaky, then it finds its feet. The crowd goes quiet like a congregation bowing low. Jesse closes both his eyes and sees the Delta fields again. Sees the porch, the dust, the only home he used to know. Kirk Calloway drives him south to a hall in Jackson Town. A marquee with his name spelled wrong, spelled up right and tall. Jesse stands out.
Little Sam grew fast at a winner. First smile, first tooth, first word. Little Sam grew fast at a winner. First smile, first tooth, first word. I hated leaving for the circuit, hated every mile I heard. June'd stand out on the porch with Sam propped up on her hip. June'd stand out on the porch with Sam propped up on her hip. Wave until the truck was gone, a brave smile on her lip. There's lullabies and long roads now, pulling at me two ways. There's lullabies and long roads now, telling me to stay, telling me to raise a family and a livelihood, trying to balance out my days. Willie had a girl himself now, Marcus married that same year. Willie had a girl himself now, Marcus married that same year. We talk about our children more than any song, more than any beer.
something soft to hum him down. I started writing Sam a lullaby, something soft to hum him down. First tender song I'd made in years that wasn't shaped by pain or frown. I'd sing it to him every night I was home before the lamp went dim. I'd sing it to him every night I was home before the lamp went dim. Julie said the nights I traveled she'd hum it too, just for him. The band started cutting down our shows 3 times instead of 6. The band started cutting down our shows 3 times instead of 6. Willie said family first now, Cole, that's the only real fix. There's a lullabies and long roads now, pulling at me 2 ways. There's a lullabies and long roads now, telling me to stay, telling me to raise a family and a livelihood, trying to balance out my days. I missed his first steps on a Tuesday out playing in Meridian Town. I missed his first steps on a Tuesday out playing in Meridian Town. Junior wrote to tell me Jen will try the best to soften down. I sat in that hotel room and cried first tears in a long, long time. I first sat in that hotel room and cried first tears in a long, long time. I realized no amount of music was worth missing pieces of a life so fine. I sat with that letter in my hands a long while that night in Meridian, thinking about my own daddy, about how much of my growing up he'd miss working them cotton fields just to keep us fed. I never once blamed him for it, but I remembered wishing, quiet as a boy could wish, that he'd been there more, just to see the ordinary things, not just the church recitals or the big days, but the small ones, the first steps, the first words, the nights before sleep. I thought about the road, about how much of my life had been running towards something or away from something else. I decided right there I wasn't gonna let my boy grow up wondering where his daddy was during all the small important moments. The music would still be there. Sam's first steps only happened once. Friends are for. We cut our touring down, the weekends kept close enough to get back quick. We cut our touring down, the weekends kept close enough to get back quick. I started teaching Sam his letters instead of chords, patient, slow and thick. I didn't miss another first after that, made sure of everyone. I didn't miss another first after that, made sure of everyone. First laugh, a first run, a first fishing trip out under the setting sun. There's lullabies and long roads still, but now I know which one comes first. Which comes first? There's lullabies and long roads still, and I find to quench that old time thirst. That old thirst. Got 6 dreams on my shoulder, and some who never know the worst.
Sunday sermon. June, his daddy was a preacher man, stern as a Sunday sermon. Marcus warned me, watch yourself cold. He don't take kindly to no vermin. I put on my one good shirt, comb my hair the best I could. I put on my one good shirt, comb my hair the best I could. Walked up to his little house, feeling nervous as a green cut wood. I'm asking June, his father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking June, his father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. He set me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. He set me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. Studied me a long, long moment like he was reading through my past. I'm asking June, his father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking June, his father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. I heard about Memphis, he said slow. Heard about the life he led. I heard about Memphis, he said slow. Heard about the life he led. Heard about women, heard about money. Heard the road that you were fed. I didn't try to hide a single piece, told him every mile, every fall. I didn't try to hide a single piece, told him every mile, every fall. Told him about Delilah, Rosalie, Ray Kingston, told him truthfully, told him all. He listened close, didn't interrupt, just nodded slow and grim. He listened close, didn't interrupt, just nodded slow and grim. When I finished, he was quite a while before he looked at me again. I'm asking June, his father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking June, his father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. A man who tells the truth about his failings, he said, ain't the same as a man who hides. A man who tells the truth about his failings, he said, ain't the same as a man who hides. I married fools who look much cleaner, standing pretty at my side. My daughter don't need clean, he said she needs a man who's finally found his ground. My daughter don't need clean, he said she needs a man who's finally found his ground. You sure you found it, son, or is this porch just one more town? I looked that old preacher dead in the eye, and for a moment I thought about every road I'd walked since Delilah left. The midnight train, the crossroads outside Clarksville, Memphis, Ray, Rosalie, the long walk back to the Copper Kettle, the juke joint circuit, Willie's kindness, and finally this very porch. And I told him the truest thing I knew. Sir, I've been lost enough times to know exactly what fine feels like now. I ain't perfect, and I ain't finished changing, but I know this. Every road I ever walked was leading me towards somebody who didn't need me to be nothing but honest. That's your daughter. I ain't asking to stop walking altogether. I'm asking if she'd walk it with me, and if you'd trust me enough to let her. He was quiet a long moment, then he stood up slow, held out his hand and said, well, that's the first honest thing a man said to me on this porch in a long while. Jesse Cole. He shook my hand firm and slow, said you got my blessing, son. He shook my hand firm and slow, said you got my blessing, son. But you break her heart the way that Memphis broke you. We'll have another run. I laughed relieved and thanked him proper, promised I'd hold true.
out onto the porch. She said, "Girl, I believe he's fit for you."
Six more weeks left on the tour, 6 more towns to play. 6 more weeks left on the tour, 6 more towns to play. I counted every one of them down like a debt I had to pay. Ray still smiled that easy smile whenever we cross paths. Ray still smiled that easy smile whenever we cross paths. Like nothing had been said that night, like there'd been no aftermath. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I'll wear his chain. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I'll carry his name. After tonight I'm walking free, whatever the cost, whatever the pain. Well, the crowd in Little Rock was bigger than I'd ever seen before. The crowd in Little Rock was bigger than I'd ever seen before. Thousands singing back my own words louder than a Delta storm. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I'll wear his chain. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I'll carry his name. After tonight I'm walking free, whatever the cost, whatever the pain. Before going on, guitar resting in my hand. empty house, a note upon the table. Thought about Delilah's empty house, a note upon the table. Thought about Big Sam's steady hands teaching me what I was able. Thought about Rosalie's green eyes and how they lied so well. Thought about Rosalie's green eyes and how they lied so well. Thought about Ray Kingston's gold rings and the story that they tell. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I'll wear his chain. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I'll carry his name. After tonight I'm walking free, whatever the cost, whatever the pain. Not the flashing of the light, not the fame, not the money, not the flashing of the light, just the honest feeling of a song sung true and right. I played every note like it was the only one I had left. I played every note like it was the only one I had left. Poured out every mile of heartbreak, every gift and every theft. Somewhere in the middle of that final set, I stopped playing Ray Kingston's song. I mean, the song still had his name stamped on the record label. But for the first time in over a year, I wasn't playing for the crowd, wasn't playing for the money, wasn't even playing to prove Ray wrong. I was playing for the boy who stood on an empty porch with his daddy's dusty guitar, promising himself a life bigger than the one waiting for him in them cotton fields. I looked out at all them faces, strangers everyone, and I understood something Big Sam tried to tell me a long time ago. The crowd don't own the music owns itself. Ray could own my name on a piece of paper, he could never own what came out when I closed my eyes and played. Torn asunder, I bowed once quiet and walked off before the lights went down. I bowed once quiet and walked off before the lights went down. Found Ray waiting in the wings with that same familiar frown. Best show of the tour, he said, reaching out to shake my hand. Best show of the tour, he said, reaching out to shake my hand. Shake, I told him calm and clear. That's the last hand of mine you'll shake. I told him calm and clear. Tour's over tonight, Ray, I'm done. I'm finally out of here. This was the last show for Kingston, and now his chain is broke. This was the last show for Kingston. I said the words I spoke. I stood there breathing hard, feeling like a man torn asunder. I bowed once quiet and walked off, but before the lights went down. I bowed once quiet and walked off, before the lights went down. Found Ray waiting
that night like there'd been no aftermath. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I wear his chain. This is the last show for Kingston, the last time I carry his name. After tonight I'm walking free, whatever the cost, whatever the pain. The crowd in Little Rock was bigger than I'd ever seen.
She started sleeping later, waking up before I'd rise. She started sleeping later, waking up before I'd rise. I catch her staring out the window with a distance in her eyes. I asked her once what's troubling her. She said nothing, I'm just tired. She asked her once what's troubling her. She said nothing, I'm just tired. But tired don't explain the way her warmth had slow retired. There's a silence coming off of Rosalie, colder than a Memphis rain. There's a silence coming off of Rosalie, colder than a Memphis rain. I keep asking what I did wrong, but she won't say it plain. She used to wait by the stage door, now she waits in the car instead. She used to wait by the stage door, now she waits in the car instead. Used to hang on every word I sang, now there's just quiet words unsaid. There's a silence coming off Rosalie, colder than a Memphis rain. There's a silence coming off Rosalie, colder than a Memphis rain. I keep asking what I did wrong, but she won't say it plain. I saw her one night on the phone, voice low, back turned to me. I saw her one night on the phone, voice low, back turned to me. Caught the name Ray fall soft between the words I couldn't see. I told myself it's business, that's all it's ever been. I told myself it's business, that's all it's ever been. But something in my gut kept whispering what my mind wouldn't let in. There's a silence coming off of Rosalie, colder than a Memphis rain. There's a silence coming off of Rosalie, colder than a Memphis rain. I keep asking what I did wrong, but she won't say it plain. I brought her flowers on a Tuesday, tried to bring the old spark back. I brought her flowers on a Tuesday, tried to bring the old spark back. She smiled polite and thanked me kindly, but her eyes stayed on the black. I asked her straight, do you still love me, or is this just a show? I asked her straight, do you still love me, or is this just a show? She looked at me a long, long moment, said, Jesse, I don't rightly know. That answer sat heavier on me than any fine print Ray ever wrote. I'd spent so long fighting for percentages and contracts. I never stopped to ask if the woman standing next to me through it all was even still standing there for me, or just for what I'd become. I thought about Delilah, about the note she left on that kitchen table. I can't live here watching you stay the same. Funny how a man can change. So much on the outside, the suits, the crowds, the 40%, and still end up losing a woman for reasons that sound near the same. Rosalie touched my hand that night, gentle, almost sad, like she was already saying goodbye without the words to match. I ain't leaving yet, she said, but I don't know how much longer I can watch you disappear.
Memphis. By morning she was gone before I woke, note left on the stand. By morning she was gone before I woke, note left on the stand. Said gonna clear my head a while, Jesse, try to understand. There with that folded note, feeling the room grow wide. I sat there with that folded note, feeling the room grow wide, wondering if every woman in my life was destined just to leave my side. There's a silence coming over Rosalie, and now she's finally gone. Finally gone. There's a silence coming over Rosalie, but I gotta carry on. Carry on. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and another empty dawn.
Memphis station spits them out into the morning crowd. Horns and voices tangled up like wires overhead. Jess has never seen a city move this fast before. Every face a stranger, every street a thread unread. He follows the address scratched on Calloway's old car, past a barber shop, a diner, a church bell ringing clean. 6 strings on his shoulder like a cross he's learned to carry. Boots still caked with Delta dust, the only home he's seen. Beale Street opens up like a river full of sound. Trumpets bleeding out of doorways, pianos in the air. Jesse stops dead center like a man who's found religion, standing in the middle of a music he can't compare. A boy no older than him is playing on the corner, slapping on a guitar like it owes him something bad. Jesse drops a coin and stands there listening a minute, thinking of the roads and rooms and everything he's had. The record office door is smaller than he pictured. A woman at the desk asks who he's come to see. He says a name like it's a password to another life. She points down a hallway, says Calloway's on 3. Up the stairs, his boots are loud on wooden steps, heart beating faster than a train pulling from the yard. Whiskey glass sits waiting on a shelf inside the office, but Jesse thinks of Big Sam's voice and holds his 6 strings hard. And the city hums around him like a chorus he ain't learned. Every corner holds a promise, every promise has gotta be earned. 6 strings walking Beale Street, sunlight on the stone, whiskey glass still empty, but the city ain't my home yet. 6 strings walking Beale Street, further than I've known, chasing down a sound that I ain't found completely. Calloway's office smells like leather and cigar smoke. Photographs of singers Jesse's only heard on air. He sits down in a chair too soft for Delta boys. Waits to hear if all this travel led him anywhere. Calloway comes in talking fast.
Calloway slid a paper across the desk and said, "This here's a contract, son, standard terms. We record 4 sides, we see how they do, and if the people like what they hear, well, we talk about more." Jesse looked at the words, but they might as well have been written in a language he'd never learned. He thought about his daddy's guitar passed down like scripture and wondered what his daddy would say about signing his name next to a stranger's promise. He thought about Delilah's train pulling away in the rain and Big Sam's harmonica warm in his coat pocket and every dollar he didn't have and every dream he did. Calloway said, "Take your time, but not too much of it. Memphis is full of boys who can play guitar, ain't many who can play it like they mean it." Jesse picked up the pen, his hand wasn't shaking anymore. He signed his name the way his daddy taught him letters, slow and careful like each stroke could break a man. Calloway shakes his hand and calls him Memphis material. Jesse walks back out not knowing where the road might bend. Something I won't forget. Big Sam's voice still with me, Delilah's ghost behind. 6 strings walking Beale Street, stepping into my own time. Evening falls on Memphis, neon starting to glow. Jesse stands on the corner where the boy still plays his song. He drops a coin and keeps on walking toward Thursday, 6 strings on his shoulder, carrying him along.
Thursday morning breaks with dew on Beale Street stone. Jesse walks along with boots that echo down the block. The studio door is propped by a man with cigarette smoke. Says, "You cold, get on in, we're already on the clock." Inside the room is small with wires taped along the floor. A microphone hangs down like a silver preacher's mouth. Jesse sets his amp up, shaking just a little, thinking of his daddy's hands that built this sound down south. Calloway's behind the glass with headphones on his ears. Says, "Give me something real, boy, don't you play me safe." Jesse tunes a 6-string slow, remembering the Delta, remembering the Porsche where his daddy learned to play. The engineer counts down with fingers in the air, 3, then 2, then 1, then silence holds the room. Jesse closes both his eyes and sees the midnight train again. Sees Delilah's face still hanging like a fading moon. First take comes out shaky. Calloway shakes his head, says you're playing like you're scared, boy. Play it like you're free. Jesse thinks of every juke joint, every jail cell floor he slept on. Thinks of Big Sam's voice saying, play it just for me. Second take, the room goes still. The engineer leans in. Jesse's fingers find the string like water finds a groove. Something breaks wide open, something on it starts to pour. Calloway stands up slowly like the sound has made him move. And the tape is rolling steady, catching every single sound. Every mile that Jesse traveled, coming through without a doubt. 6 strings on the tape now. Midnight train's my song. Whiskey glass is empty, but my voice is finally clear. 6 strings on the tape now. This is where I belong. First time since Delilah left, I ain't running out of here. Second song's a slow one about a girl who caught a train. Jesse sings it soft the way regret is always sung. Calloway don't interrupt, just lets the tape keep turning. Says later that's the truest thing I heard from someone young. Third song's got some fire in it, a Chuck Berry kind of stomp, about the roads he's walked and the rooms he's left behind. Fourth song comes out different, slower, deeper, older, about a whiskey glass that's finally left behind his mind. When the tape stopped rolling, nobody said a word for a while. Calloway came out from behind the glass, took his glasses off and wiped them on his shirt. He said, son, I've cut 100 sessions in this room. Most of them sound like they're trying to be somebody else. You sound like Jesse Cole. That's rare. He said the label would press the 4th song first, the slow one about the whiskey glass. Said radio men in 3 states were already asking who the new voice out of Memphis was. Jesse didn't know what to say. He thought about the porch back home. His daddy's hands guiding his fingers to the right frets. And he thought somewhere that old man was listening too, even if it was just the wind carrying the sound down south. They step outside where Beale Street's humming in the evening. Calloway lights a cigar and claps him on the back. Says Thursday's gonna be a day you tell your children stories of. Jesse just looks up at the sky, watching daylight fade to black. Silence calls out, give us everything. Jesse's harmonica answers, everything I got. Read against the quiet of the empty room. 2 sounds weaving through a Memphis afternoon. Yeah, 6 strings on the tape now. Midnight train's my song. Whiskey glass is empty, but my voice is finally clear. 6 strings on the tape now, 4 sides strong. First time since Delilah left, I finally feel here. Big Sam's
this is how it's made. Jesse walks Beale Street with deception in his bones. Neon flickers welcome like it's calling out his name. Four sides cut on Thursday, a whole life waiting after. 6 strings on his shoulder, never quite the same. Thursday morning breaks are due on Beale Street Stone. Jesse walks along with boots that echo down the block. 'Cause this Thursday's gonna be a day you tell your children stories of. Says you cold, get on in, we're already on the clock. Inside the room is small with wires taped along the floor. A microphone hangs down like a silver preacher's mouth. Jesse sets his hand up, shaking just a little, thinking of his daddy's hands that built this sound down south. Callaway's behind the blurs with headphones on his.
Didn't sing a single note. 3 days I didn't touch that guitar. Didn't sing a single note. Sat in that hotel room, staring at the words that Ray had wrote. Rosalie tried to talk me around, brought me coffee, brought me wine. Rosalie tried to talk me around, brought me coffee, brought me wine. Said, baby, don't throw it all away just 'cause of some fine line. Another piece of me. The promoter called about a show in Nashville 3 nights away. The promoter called about a show in Nashville 3 nights away. Ray answered for me like he always does. Said he'll be there, don't you worry none, he'll play. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. Every dollar that they hand me costs another piece of me. I looked at Rosalie close that night, really looked for the first time in a while. I looked at Rosalie close that night, really looked for the first time in a while. Saw the way she watched Ray's face for a nod before she'd smile. I asked her plain, who do you answer to, me or him? I asked her plain, who do you answer to, me or him? She looked away and didn't speak, and that told me more than words within. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. Every dollar that they hand me costs another piece of me. At midnight, quiet as a passing breeze. I packed my bag at midnight, quiet as a passing breeze. Thought about just walking out, leaving Ray down on his knees.
then I thought of all them fans who paid to hear my name. But then I thought of all them fans
Who paid to hear my name, and wondered if running now
would make me just the same. I sat by that window a long while, bag packed, hand on the door, and I thought about the night I left Delilah's empty house. How running felt like freedom then, like the only honest thing to do. But this time was different. This time running meant leaving behind every soul who trusted my voice to mean something true.
I thought about Big Sam's fiddle, about the boy who ended up washing dishes with his name erased from a record he built with his own two hands. I wasn't gonna let that be me, not yet, not without a fight. I put my bag down, I picked up my guitar instead. If Ray Kingston owned my name, then I was gonna make that name worth more than he ever bargained for. Morning came and I found Ray
Sitting calm behind his desk,
Morning came and I found Ray.
sitting calm behind his desk.
I told him plain, I'll play your shows, but I want a piece I can invest. He laughed at first, then saw I wasn't joking in my eyes. He laughed at first, then saw I wasn't joking in my eyes. Said, careful, Jesse, contracts don't take kindly to surprise. Watch him now. I told him I'd keep singing, keep filling up his hall. I told him I'd keep singing, keep filling up his hall. But the day I find a way around him, Lord, I'm taking it all. I'm living in a cage of gold, but I'm learning where it bends. I'm living in a cage of gold. This ain't how the story ends. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, a father the Ray can't comprehend. It was deep into the autumn when June his pains began. It was deep into the autumn when June his pains began. I ran for the midwife barefoot, the guitar left behind, just a running man. Loretta came to sit with her, steady hands and steady voice. Loretta came to sit with her, steady hands and steady voice. Told me men wait outside for this one, Jesse ain't really got a choice. The night our boy was born, I paced that porch till dawn. The night our boy was born, every fear I'd ever known was drawn right up to the surface, waiting on a first cry to come along. Willie sat with me the whole night through, passing round a flask of rye. Willie sat with me the whole night through, passing round a flask of rye. Said I remember pacing just like this, thought that I would die. The night our boy was born, I paced that porch till dawn. The night our boy was born, every fear I'd ever known was drawn right up to the surface, waiting on a first cry to come along. The house lit up with lamps. I was past like they were years. The house lit up with lamps. I prayed the way my mama taught me, prayed away every cramp. Then just before the sun came up, a sound cut through the air.
answer to my every prayer. Loretta came out smiling wide, said, "Come on in and see." Loretta came out smiling wide, said, "Come on in and see." I ran inside with shaking hands, heart pounding, fierce and free. Yeah, the night our boy was born, I paced that porch till dawn. The night our boy was born, every fear I'd ever known was drawn right up to the surface, waiting on a first cry to come along. Junie lay there tired and glowing, holding something small and new. Junie lay there tired and glowing, holding something small and new. She looked up at me, smiling, said, "Jesse, come meet him, come on through." I sat down slow beside the bed, hands too rough for something so small. I sat down slow beside the bed, hands too rough for something so small. She placed him in my arms so gentle, and I forgot my fears, forgot them all. I held that boy in my arms, and I couldn't find a single word for a long, long while. I thought about my own daddy, about the guitar he left me, about every hard road that guitar carried me down before it ever led me here. I thought about Delilah's midnight train, about how far that heartbreak had pushed me before it finally turned into something worth finding. I looked down at my son, tiny fingers wrapped around my thumb, and I made him the same kind of promise my daddy probably made to me. Without ever saying it out loud, I promised I'd teach him every honest thing I'd learned the hard way, so maybe he wouldn't have to learn it quite so hard himself. Junie watched me with tears in her eyes and said, "What are we naming him, Jesse?" I didn't even have to think on it. Samuel. I said, "Samuel Cole." After the man who taught his daddy what the blues was really for. Reckon that's the finest thing that this old fiddler knows. Willie Marks came by that evening, passed the boy from arm to arm. Willie Marks came by that evening, passed the boy from arm to arm. Said, "Welcome to the world, little Sam. May you grow up free from home." Watching him breathe soft and steady, singing low till near the break of dawn. The night our boy was born changed me more than any state, more than any state. The night our boy was born turned a brand new honest page, a brand new page. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a son to guide through every age.
shirt, a razor, and a photograph gone thin. Jesse stands alone on the platform in the rain, watching the signal light turn from red to green. Big Sam ain't here, said his goodbyes back at the bar. Said a man walks his own road when the road calls his name. Jesse's got a card in his pocket, warm from touching, and a harmonica silver with Big Sam's initials engraved. The station clock reads 11:51. 9 more minutes till the whole world starts to turn. Jesse thinks about the delta and the cotton fields behind him. Thinks about the fires that a young man's gotta burn. An old woman on the bench is humming something holy. A soldier sleeping with his cap pulled to his eyes. Jesse holds his guitar case like it's holding him together, and he watches how the steam curls up against the sky. Somewhere back in Clarksdale, Delilah's just a memory, a photograph, a name he don't say out loud no more. Somewhere back at the juke joint, Big Sam's pouring whiskey, wondering if the boy he raised will find what he's looking for. And the whistle's getting closer, and his heartbeat's getting loud, and there ain't no turning backward once you're standing in the crowd. Midnight train to Memphis, 6 strings on my back, whiskey glass left empty on a table in the past. Midnight train to Memphis, ain't looking down the track. I'm chasing something bigger, and I'm chasing it real fast. The conductor calls a boarding land and swinging in his hand. Jesse takes one long look at the town he's leaving cold. Every porch light, every steeple, every dirt road that he's walked, getting smaller in the darkness, like a story getting told. He climbs the steps with his boots still muddy from the rain, finds a window seat where the glass is cool against his palm. The whistle screams so loud it rattles every bone inside him, and the wheels start turning slow, then they turn into a song. Jesse pressed his forehead to that window glass and watched Mississippi disappear behind a curtain of rain and smoke. He thought about his daddy, dead 6 years now, who used to say a guitar was just a voice for the things a man couldn't say with his mouth. He thought about the calluses on his fingers, built up from 100 nights in rooms just like the one he left. And he thought about Mr. Calloway's card, still creased from where he'd folded and unfolded it a dozen times just to make sure it was real. Memphis was 300 miles of dark track away, and Jesse didn't know a single soul in that city. No bar, no room, no friendly face, just a name on a business card and a promise that might turn out to be nothing more than smoke. But the wheels were already turning, and there wasn't a man alive who could stop this train now, least of all Jesse Cole. Oh, the passengers are sleeping, heads against the glass. Jesse pulls his 6 strings closer like a child he's got a guard. He thinks about the label, thinks about the money, thinks about a stage instead of a splintered juke joint yard. Yeah!
whiskey glass forgotten. There's a whole new life to choose. Hey!
Ray sat down, his drink slow, didn't flinch at what I said. Ray sat down, his drink slow, didn't flinch at what I said. Sit down, Jesse was all he offered. Let's talk this through instead. I stood there a long moment, fist still clenched down at my side. I stood there a long moment, fist still clenched down at my side. Finally took the seat across from him, swallowed down my pride. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. Everything's a business, Jesse, that's just who we are. He said I never lied about the money, never lied about the fame. He said I never lied about the money, never lied about the fame. I just left a few things out, boy, that's a different kind of game. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. Everything's a business, Jesse, that's just who we are. Rosalie's good at what she does, he said, keeps my talent nice and calm. Rosalie's good at what she does, he said, keeps my talent nice and calm. You think you're the first young man she's kept from doing harm. I asked him how many others, how many boys just like me. I asked him how many others, how many boys just like me. He shrugged and said enough to know exactly how this ought to be. I felt something cold wash over me, colder than I'd ever known. I felt something cold wash over me, colder than I'd ever known. Realized this whole shining kingdom was built on boys like me alone. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. Everything's a business, Jesse, that's just who we are. Where Rosalie was now, if she was even real to me. I asked him where Rosalie was now, if she was even real to me. He said she liked you fine, Jesse, that part wasn't a fantasy. But liking and loving paid different wages in my line of work. But liking and loving paid different wages in my line of work. She did her job, you did yours, don't go calling either one of us a jerk. I thought about smashing that bottle across his self-assured, smiling face. I thought about smashing that bottle across his self-assured, smiling face. But something colder took its place. A stillness found its space. I looked at Ray Kingston a long while, really looked at him. Past the gold ring and the easy smile, and I saw a man who'd learned a long time ago that people were just numbers on a ledger. Same as records, same as radio spots, same as every dollar he ever counted. And I thought, that could have been me. Give it 5 more years of 40% and boardroom victories, and I could have turned into exactly this. A man who mistakes control for
care who dresses up ownership. In the language of opportunity, I thought about Big Sam's hands, rough and honest, never once asking for more than what the music gave freely. I thought about my daddy's guitar, 6 strings that never lied to me. You didn't just sell my music, Ray. I said, quiet, steady. You tried to sell me the idea that this is all there is. He didn't answer for the first time since I'd met him. Ray Kingston had nothing to say. Untouched upon the bar. I stood up slow, left my drink untouched upon the bar. Told him I'll finish out the touring, but that's as far. After that I'm done with Starlight, done with every deal you spun. After that I'm done with Starlight, done with every deal you spun. He laughed and said, we'll see about that, kid, when the money stops you come. I walked out of that bar and didn't look back once at his face. I walked out of that bar and didn't look back once at his face. 6 strings heavy on my shoulder, walking at a steadier pace. Longer than I ever wrote. That night I wrote a letter to Big Sam, longer than I ever wrote. Told him everything, every lie, every golden shining coat. This is Kingston's truth, but it ain't the truth I live by anymore. Nah, that ain't, this is Kingston's truth. But I'm walking out that door, Got 6 strings on my shoulder, and the truth worth fighting for. He said I never lied about the money, never lied about the fame. He said I never lied about the money, never lied about the fame. He said I never lied about the money, never lied about the fame. He said I never lied about the money, never lied about the fame. I stood there a long moment, fist still clenched down at my side. I stood there a long moment, fist still clenched down at my side. Finally took the seat across from him, swallowed down my pride. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. This is Kingston's truth, serving cold across the bar. Everything's a business, Jesse, that's just who we are.
3 weeks passed with Jesse, sweeping floors to pay his rent, sleeping in a room above a barber shop on 3rd. Calloway said patience, said the pressing takes some time. Jesse waits like every hour is a held and hollow word. He works the diner counter when the sweeping don't pay enough, pours the coffee, wipes the tables, listens to the radio hum. Old men talk of weather and the ball game from last Sunday. Jesse's mind is somewhere else, waiting on his time to come. Then one Tuesday evening, with the diner nearly closed, the radio man's voice comes crackling through the static air. Says here's something new out of the Beale Street session rooms. Jesse's coffee pot goes still, his whole body turns to prayer. It's his voice that fills the diner, it's his 6-string ringing clear. The old men stop their talking, turn their heads to face the sound. Jesse stands there frozen like a ghost inside his own skin, hearing his own heartbreak spinning slowly round and round. An old man
counter, boy, you know who's singing this. Jesse just nods slowly, can't find words to make a sound. The song about the whiskey glass is playing on the airwaves. Delilah's ghost and midnight trains for everyone around. Someone drops a nickel in the jukebox by the door, plays it once again like they can't get enough of it. Jesse walks outside to breathe the Memphis evening air, looks up at the same sky that's watching over Clarksdale still. And the whole world's turning different since the record hit the air. Every stranger knows his sorrow, every corner knows his prayer. 6 strings on the radio, midnight train's my name. Whiskey glass is empty, but the whole town's raising mine. 6 strings on the radio, nothing feels the same. First time since I left home, I'm standing in my time. He calls Big Sam collect from a payphone on the corner. Says they're playing it, Sam, they're playing it right now. Big Sam laughs so loud the line goes crackling and breaking. Says I always knew, boy, I just knew you'd find out how. Calloway shows up the next day, grinning wide as Memphis. Says the phone's been ringing, says the record's climbing fast. Says there's talk of bigger stages, talk of bigger cities. Jesse thinks about the Delta and the shadow of his past. That night Jesse walked down to the river, past the warehouses and the sleeping barges, and he sat on a wooden crate with his 6 strings in his lap. He didn't play anything, he just sat there listening to the water moving the way it always moved, indifferent to record sales and radio waves and dreams coming true. He thought about Delilah on the midnight train, gone 2 years now, maybe married, maybe not, maybe never thinking about a boy from Clarksdale at all. He thought about his daddy, who never heard a radio play a cold song in his whole life, who died with calluses on his fingers and dirt under his nails, and a guitar that meant more to him than any dollar ever could. Jesse whispered, "This one's for you, old man." To nobody, to the river, to the dark. Then he picked up his guitar and played until the sun came up over the water. Calloway wants a tour now, wants him playing bigger rooms. Says the label's talking money Jesse's never seen before. Jesse thinks of Big Sam's juke joint, thinks of every small dark bar, wonders if the bigger stages still remember what it's for.
Jesse's harmonica answers.
I hear it.
Static and reed, tangled in the Memphis dark. 2 sounds carrying a boy's whole beating heart.
There's 6 strings on the radio,
Midnight train's my name. Whiskey glass is empty, but the whole town's raising mine.
says 6 strings on the radio.
Nothing feels the same. Big Sam's proud and far off. Delilah's in my rhyme.
Daddy's guitar is singing louder
Than it's ever sung.
6 strings on the radio.
My story's just begun.
Dawn breaks pink over the river, still walking down that same old track. 3 weeks passed with Jesse, sweeping floors to pay his rent, sleeping in a room above the barber shop on 3rd. Calloway said patience, said depressing, take some time. Jesse waits like every hour is a held and hallowed word. 3 works to dime the counter, and then the sweeping don't pay enough. Pours the coffee, wipes the tables, listens to the radio hum. Old men talk the weather and the ball game from last Sunday. Just his mind is somewhere else, waiting on his time to come. Then one Tuesday evening, with the diner nearly closed, the radio man's voice comes crackling through the static air. Says here's some
Her name was Rosalie. She told me on a Tuesday night. Her name was Rosalie. She told me on a Tuesday night. Sat right up front at the kettle, underneath the dim red light. She said she liked the way I hit them strings so full of pain. She said she liked the way I hit them strings so full of pain. Said a voice like mine could make a grown man dance in the rain. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. She'd wait by the stage door every night I finished playing. She'd wait by the stage door every night I finished playing, whispering sweet words that had my better sense delaying. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. Big Sam pulled me aside one night, said, boy, I seen her before. Big Sam pulled me aside one night, said, boy, I seen her before. She run with a fella named Ray, comes round when the crowd is more. I told Big Sam I hear you, but my heart don't listen well. I told Big Sam I hear you, but my heart don't listen well. Been so long since somebody looked at me and broke that lonesome spell. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. That's when I met the man himself, come strutting through the door. That's when I met the man himself, come strutting through the door. Short suit, gold ring, a smile that seemed to promise so much more. Ray walked up to me easy, shook my hand like we were old friends. Heard you're the one lighting up the kettle these days, he said. Got an ear for talent, Jesse Cole, I know people, real people. Promoters up in Memphis looking for a sound just like yours. Rosalie stood there smiling like she already knew the ending to this story. Big Sam just watched from the bar, didn't say a word. But I saw his jaw tighten up like he was biting back a warning. He already gave me once and knew I wasn't gonna hear again. I shook Ray's hand anyway, Lord help me, I shook his hand. just shook his head inside. I looked over at Big Sam, he just shook his head inside. I was too caught up in the shine to see what he was trying to hide. Watch out now! I'm walking into a brand new day. The morning after that last show, I packed my things alone. The morning after that last show, I packed my things alone. No manager, no green-eyed woman, just me and my guitar in my own two hands on my own. Ray showed up in my hotel room, papers rolled up in his fist. Ray showed up in my hotel room, papers rolled up in his fist. You can't just walk away, Jesse, he said. There's a whole tour you're gonna miss. I'm walking out on Kingston now, leaving his kingdom in the dust. I'm walking out on Kingston now, leaving his kingdom in the dust. Every dollar that he offers now don't come with any trust. I told him, take me to court then, Ray, let the whole world hear the truth. I told him, take me to court then, Ray, let the whole world hear the truth. Let them hear how you built your kingdom off the backs of restless youth. His face went pale a moment, first time I'd seen him lose his cool. His face went pale a moment, first time I'd seen him lose his cool. You wouldn't dare, he told me, but his voice had lost its usual jewel. I said, watch me, Ray, I got nothing left for you to steal. I said, watch me, Ray, I got nothing left for you to steal. You already took the woman and the money, this time I'm the one who deals. I'm walking out on Kingston now, leaving his kingdom in the dust. I'm walking out on Kingston now, leaving his kingdom in the dust. Every dollar that he offers now don't come with any trust. He tried another angle, then softer, almost like a plea. He tried another angle, then softer, almost like a plea. I made you who you are, Jesse, don't that count for something to you and me? I looked at him and shook my head, said, no, Ray, you got it wrong. I looked at him and shook my head, said, no, Ray, you got it wrong. I made myself with a busted heart and my daddy's 6 strings all along. You just found me when I was hungry enough to sign my name away. You just found me when I was hungry enough to sign my name away. Won't happen twice, I've learned my lesson. I ain't hungry, Ray, today. Ray stood there a long moment, and for the first time since I'd known him, I saw something almost like fear behind them calm, calculating eyes. Not fear of losing money. I don't think a man like Ray ever really feared that. Fear of being seen, maybe, for exactly what he was. A man who built a kingdom out of other men's dreams and never once had a dream of his own worth stealing. I almost felt sorry for him.
Almost then I thought about Rosalie's green eyes, about the fine print, about the year I spent chasing applause instead of truth. And the sorry passed right on by. I hope you find somebody else to build you up, Ray. I said, but it ain't gonna be me, not anymore. I picked up my guitar case, walked past him slow, and for the first time in over a year, I opened a door that led somewhere I chose myself. I felt alright. I thought about heading back to Clarksville, back to Three Kettle Door. I thought about heading back to Clarksville, back to the Copper Kettle Door, back to Big Sam's fiddle in a room above a bar I'd known before. The city kept on moving me, about to find us in the door. I stopped to find about the year I spent in a hospital instead of truth, and the story passed right on by. I hope you find somebody else to build you up, Ray, I said, but it ain't gonna be me, not anymore. I picked up my guitar case, walked past him slow, and for the first time in over a year, I opened a door that led somewhere I chose myself. About heading back to Clarksville, back to the Copper Kettle Door. I thought about heading back to Clarksville, back to the Copper Kettle Door, back to Big Sam's fiddle in the room above the bar I'd known before. I said, that ain't gonna be me, not anymore. I picked up my guitar case, walked past him slow, and for the first time in over a year, I opened a door that led somewhere I chose myself. With the sun still climbing high, buildings taller than the cotton silos back home. Jesse presses his palm against the window glass and stares at a city that don't know his name but's about to own. Calloway checks him into a hotel with a real doorman. Says this is where the real money starts to come around. Jesse sets his six strings on a bed too clean to touch, feels the weight of everything he's leaving in the ground. Big Sam's letters come less often, Clarksdale feels far off. A postcard here, a phone call there, the distance start to grow. Jesse writes back doing fine, Sam, wish that you could see this, but some nights he don't know exactly what it means, or don't quite know. The label sets a meeting with executive suits, talking numbers, talking contracts, talking bigger, talking more. Jesse nods along and signs where they tell him he should sign, not reading every line the way his daddy taught him for. Church bells ringing clear. Jessie just keeps looking. Something in her smile feels warmer than he's felt all year. Nights start blurring into parties in the higher rooms. Whiskey glasses passed around like water at a well. Jessie plays for smaller crowds, or richer, louder people. Different from the juke joints, different, and it's hard to tell. And the city lights keep burning brighter than the Clarksdale stars, and the whiskey glass keeps filling faster than the passing cars. Six strings in the big house, midnight train still calling. Whiskey glass keeps filling up, I ain't watching close. Six strings in the big house, further from my falling. Feels like I'm becoming someone Daddy wouldn't know. Loretta finds him on the balcony one warm October night. Says, you play like a man who's carrying something heavy cold. Jessie tells her half the truth about a girl and a train. Loretta listens closer than the story that he told. Calloway pulls Jessie aside before the party's over. Says the label wants a new sound, something bigger, something bold. Says maybe soften up that Delta thing you're always playing. Jessie feels something tighten, feels a door start to close cold. Later that night, alone in the hotel room again, Jessie took his daddy's guitar out of its case and just held it for a while without playing anything. He thought about Big Sam's juke joint, the smoke, the smell of rain, the way the whole room used to breathe together when he played something honest. He thought about the meeting today, the men in suits, talking about him like he was a product on a shelf, talking about softening the very sound. They got him out of Mississippi in the first place. He thought about Loretta's laugh, warm and easy, and how easy it would be to lose himself. And laughter that easy, and rooms this soft, and whiskey glasses that never seem to empty all the way. Jessie ran his thumb along the strings, slow, quiet, and whispered to the guitar like it might answer back. I ain't forgetting who I am, I ain't forgetting where I'm from. But even as he said it, some small and honest part of him wasn't so sure he believed it anymore. Morning comes and Calloway's got papers spread across the table. Bigger deal, bigger money, bigger name up in the lights. Jessie signs again a little faster than the last time. Tells himself he's climbing, tells himself he's doing right. Soft, uncertain now. Traffic getting re-tangled in the Nashville dark. Two sounds pulling different ways, losing their mark. Six strings in the big house. Midnight train still calling. Whiskey glass keeps filling up. I ain't watching close. Six strings in the big house. Further from my falling. So far now, Delilah's just a ghost. Daddy's guitar is quieter than it used to sing. Six strings in the big house. I'm becoming someone else's dream. Nashville sleeps beneath him, neon dimming into gray. Jessie stands out on the balcony, glass still in his hand. Six strings resting silent in the corner of the room, wondering when the boy from Clarksdale turned into this man. Reads it twice beneath the hotel lamplight. Feels the weight of every number, every careful glance he took. Turns out raised $10,000 was just the surface showing. Deeper in the ledgers, deeper than Miss without much feeling.
Standard clause, we all agree to terms we rarely read. Jesse thinks about his daddy's warning about the fine print. Thinks about the pen he took too quick, too full of need. Calloway won't take his calls now, hiding behind secretaries. The friendly grin from Beale Street traded for a closing door. Jesse learns the hardest lesson of the whole big shining city, that the men who raised him up can drop him faster than before. Oh, the tour dates start to cancel, one, then two, then near a dozen. Word spreads quick through Nashville that the Coal Boys caused a stir. Jesse sits alone in hotel rooms that used to feel like kingdoms, watching all the diamonds turn to something dark and blurred. And the phone stops ringing daily, and the crowds start growing thin. And the paper that once raised him now is closing tighter in. 6 strings and a lawyer's letter, midnight train derailing. Whiskey glass can't fix the contract signed too fast, too blind. 6 strings and a lawyer's letter, everything I'm failing to hold on to is written down in someone else's mind. Jesse calls Big Sam Collette, first time in near a year now. Voice cracking just a little when he says, Sam, I messed up bad. Big Sam listens quiet, doesn't say I told you so, boy. Just says, come on home a while, son, ain't nothing here that's had. But Jesse can't come home just yet, their show's still under contract. Lawyers say he's bound to play or face a bigger loss. Jesse picks his daddy's guitar up, heavier than ever. Walks out to another stage, another debt, another cost. That night before the show, Jesse sat backstage alone and read through the contract one more time, slow, word by word, the way his daddy always told him to. Too late for it to matter now, but he read it anyway. Like a man walking back through a house that's already burned down, just to understand how the fire started. He found his own signature at the bottom of page after page, each one a little smaller, a little more rushed than the last. Like even his own hand had been getting tired of pretending to pay attention. He thought about the boy on the platform in the rain, holding a business card like it was made of glass. That boy hadn't known what glass could cut you. Jesse closed the contract and set it down, and picked up his guitar instead, the one document in his whole life that had never once tried to trick him. At least I still got you, he said quiet to no one, to the strings. The show that night is smaller than the ones from just months back. Empty seats scattered like missing teeth throughout the hall. Jesse plays anyway, plays honest like the old days back in Clarksdale. Feels something strange and almost peaceful, even as things fall. Jesse's harmonic answers,
That's all I've got tonight.
silence and reed tangled in the half-filled hall.
2 sounds holding steady,
though everything might fall. 6 strings and a lawyer's letter, midnight train derailing. Whiskey glass can't fix the contract signed too fast, too blind. 6 strings and a lawyer's letter, everything I'm failing. Big Sam's waiting patient, Delilah's far behind. Daddy's guitar
strings across his shoulder, like the day he left the Delta, wondering if all this steep still has a floor that waits.
Now since Ray started working on the tour, carrying cases, counting money, handling every deal. Jesse trusts him like a brother, like the old days back in Clarksdale. Never thinks to question how good things start to feel. Ray's got a way of talking smooth to men in fancy offices. Says he's looking out for Jesse like a brother ought to do. Jesse signs whatever papers Ray sets down before him. Never reads the fine print like his daddy taught him to. The shows keep getting bigger, Chicago now, then Detroit. Jesse's name in lights above the marquee getting tall. Just play your guitar, brother, and let me handle it all. Loretta starts to notice something changing in the numbers. Asks Jesse quiet questions when they're lying in the dark. Jesse waves it off and says that Ray's been like a brother. Loretta's face goes worried, but she just holds back and marks. Catches Ray on the telephone, talking low and quick to someone Jesse's never met. Ray hangs up quick and smiles and says it's nothing, just business. Jesse nods and lets it go, though something feels like death. The whiskey glasses multiply with every passing city. Jesse drinks to celebrate and drinks to ease the pace. Loretta watches from the wings with worry in her shoulders, watching Jesse's smile grow thinner underneath his face. And the money keeps on flowing, and Ray keeps counting fast. And somewhere in the shadows, something ain't gonna last. Six strings still ringing, midnight train still running, whiskey glass keeps filling while my brother counts the tape. Six strings still ringing, but something's coming undone. I trust the hand that's helping, don't know it's gonna break. Big Sam calls collect one night while Jesse's in Detroit. Says, boy, I heard some rumors about the man who's handling you. Jesse laughs it off, says, Sam, you're worrying for nothing. Ray's been with me since the start, he's always seen me through. Big Sam's voice goes quiet, then he says it slow and careful. Son, a man that counts your money ought to let you count it too. Ain't saying nothing's wrong, just saying watch a little closer. The road's got plenty of wolves that wear a face that looks like you. Jesse hung up the phone that night and sat there for a long while, looking at the hotel wall like it might have answers written on it. He thought about Ray back in Clarksdale, sharing cornbread on a porch step when they were both just skinny boys, with nothing but a guitar and a dream between them. He thought about all the years since then, all the small favors, all the trust built up, one handshake at a time. Surely a man didn't change that much. Surely
'cause there was money in the room now. Jesse told himself that hard, but somewhere underneath the telling, a small cold feeling settled in his chest and didn't leave, not even after he fell asleep. Morning comes and Ray's already up and dressed for business, smiling wide and talking fast about the next big show. Jesse watches him a little closer than he did the day before. Ray don't seem to notice or pretends he doesn't know. Smooth, the man in fancy offices says he's looking out for Jesse like a brother ought to do. Jesse signs whatever papers Ray sets down before him, never reads the fine print like his daddy taught him to. The shows keep getting bigger, Chicago now then Detroit. Jesse's name in the lights above the marquee getting tall. Ray handles all the money now, says don't you worry Jesse, just play your guitar